welcome everybody to this week's edition of Hassel's Review. And this week we're going to do a few toy unboxings. So I got a pretty good haul in from Big Bad Toy Store about 2 weeks ago. I think I posted a picture on the gram, not quite sure, but I think I'm pretty sure I did. Well, I hadn't had time. We've been on the go. Hadn't had time to unbox them. So your boy Hassel said, hey, it's Sunday fun day. Recording on a Sunday, as you can tell. Let's have an unboxing. Let's have a little fun today. So let's dive right into that. But just before we do, I want to give a special shout out and thanks to our sponsor, Zone Collectibles, 305 Main Street, Tifton, Georgia. Look to the Kalady Clan. They will hook you up for all your nerdy needs. They will buy anything you've got. If you want to buy, sell your stuff. If you want to buy stuff, they got anything you want to buy. Go hit them up. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So, diving back into figures. So I essentially had a Hasbro box come. I had 3 different classified figures come in, and then I had one Star Wars Black Series come in. So starting out with the G.I. Joes, a big Joer. So I finally caught a deal on Big Bad Toy Store on Spirit. I had a Spirit in the box, and like a dummy, I didn't buy 2 at the time. I waited. Kept thinking, well, I'll catch him on a clearance somewhere. Finally, I did. I got him like 12 bones. I got him and an Age of Apocalypse Weapon X for $10 the same day. So keep an eye on your Big Bad Toy Store, because occasionally they have some really good clearance sales. But anyways, so I've been wanting this Spirit for a while because he looks really, really great out of the package. So I finally got one, and I opened him up, and he did not disappoint. He looks amazing out of the box. And I was super torn on Freedom, whether I should have him just perched up on the backpack or eagle's wings spread out and on the old arm, on the gauntlet, because it is set up where you can do that. He has some great accessories. I mean, just all around the detail looks great. He came with 2 knives. One of the knives even has the flint etchings, like it's, a carved out blade, which I thought was really cool. That's a very good attention to detail. He comes with a sniper rifle type deal, which is cool. He's got some decor on both arms that look good. Like I said, they just done a really, really great job with this figure. Super impressed. I like it in and out of the box. Even if you have to pay full price, I highly recommend it. Moving on to the next one, I got Lieutenant Falcon. So I know everyone has just been shitting all over this figure. Like for weeks, people have just been shitting on this figure. So I was like, I'm gonna leave the jury out until your boy Hassel gets him. When Hassel gets him, then and only then am I gonna judge. And well, I'm gonna be honest, people, that face is fugly. No lie. That face is bad. It's terrible sculpt. I don't know. He almost looks like Tommy Lee Jones. Old Tommy Lee Jones, not young-ish Tommy Lee Jones. I don't quite know what they were going for there, but I don't get Duke's younger brother out of this, I can tell you that. However, when you put the beret on, it looks a little better. It's not as bad or noticeable. To me, the thing where they shit the bed the most, as bad as that face is the little vest pieces that come down. When you put, there's a gap in there already before you even put the backpack on. But once you put the backpack on, holy shit, it is super noticeable and super bad. It is the drizzling shits. I don't know what the hell they done. There's the bottom portion of the torso that goes with the vest is too snug to give it the look it needs to have, but then there's too much play in the soft material that's on the top of. This figure, it's real hit and miss. We're at about 2.5 out of 5 on this one right here. Typically, I don't, this is probably one of the first classifieds I've been kind of a little disappointed with. All the way around, it's kind of, I think the last one that I was this disappointed in was probably Firefly, and because I wasn't a big fan of that, cross-up look they give him between Firefly and the Punisher with that big flak vest. It didn't do it for me. But anyways, so the last Joe I got this week, and was super pumped about it was, well, the last one I opened this week. I did get the Slaughter's Marauders barbecue, and I didn't open him because I have regular barbecue sitting right here beside me. I don't need two barbecues standing on my shelf. It sucks because the packaging does not fit in with my displays. It's too tall. It's windowless. It sucks that I can't display with the rest of them, because I do have shelves where they're prominently displayed, and I like that. But I can't with the windowless, and I didn't want another barbecue standing on my shelf because my shelf space is getting limited at the moment until I put some more shelves in, which is something I have to do, because as you can see, the world of Hassel, it grows just like Hassel. So, the last one I opened was the Crimson Guard bat, and wow, great figure. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nothing more than a repaint, so don't think they reinvented the wheel when you open this figure. It is the same bat from the first one to the Python Patrol to this. I'm fine with that though. Legit cool. It looks great. The color scheme goes well. The only thing was he didn't come with like a rifle or anything. I mean, I know he's got the accessories of the hands and whatnot, but he still needs a gun other than a pistol. I mean, let's face it, why would you have a fucking android if you couldn't have some heavy artillery of some sort? So, all right, at least a good machine gun, but he doesn't. He comes with a pistol, a couple different same hands accessories that we got with the others. So I went for the claw on this one right here. Put the claw on him, and but he does look really great next to the Crimson Twins, and especially next to the Crimson Guard. The two of them together just look like a force to be reckoned with. Really makes me want to buy a couple more Crimson Guard and one or two more bats. So if I were to catch them, say, on an $11.99 special at GameStop or, you know, Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth or somewhere, your boy would probably go in for them. Or maybe if I were in a good town with a good Walmart, who knows, might could find one there. However, I regress. I live in Chicken Town. Our Walmart sucks. It is El Telebre. It is no bueno. So, that goes for my Joes. Okay, so typically I do not open the Star Wars Black Series figures. I like them. They look great. The only one that I have opened in the past was Darth Maul from the first wave. He looked fucking great. I loved it. I will say that the first several series of Black Series seem to be better quality than this one. This is the first one I have opened since then. I've come real close a couple times to opening some of the Jedi and especially some Boba Fett's. The Boba Fett still look great. And don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking the Black Series. They still look really, really good in the box, especially if you have window packaging that you can display on your wall or on a shelf or however you choose to do it. I am a tacking wall man myself. My walls look like Pinhead's face at times, but hey, it is what it is. It's pains of collecting. So this was a windowless packaging, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm opening it. I'm going to go against the grain. And then before I did look on eBay to see what the prices were going at, and he wasn't skyrocketing in value by no means, in or out of the box. I mean, he was pretty what you could buy him off the shelf for still. So I was like, fuck it. Why not? So the first thing I noticed is the soft cape looks like trash. Well, before that, I will say that this is one of the things I do just despise about windowless packaging when you open them. They're just cocooned up like a fucking mummy. Like, yeah, they're ready for the funeral pyre. Like, they're ready. He's wrapped up. He's mummified up. The lightsaber was off to the side in a bag, and it was kind of discarded a little bit to the point to where my lightsaber is bent just a hair. I'm sure I could probably, use a blow dryer or just slightly keep bending and it would go back. But I don't play with things like that, because then you wind up with a snapped lightsaber, and then Luke Skywalker without his lightsaber, while in the movies he's still pretty devastating on yourself. He just looks like a nerd. So we're not doing that. But the cape itself, or the hooded cloak, this is something very, very hard to get right for any toy company. So I don't blame Hasbro on this one, because, you know, how do you get that correct hooded look where it comes just far enough where it don't cover the face? Because, like, no matter how I try to play with it, you know, it was either too far back or lopsided, or it covered the face to where all you seen was like his mouth. And I was like, ah. So I took the cloak off and I was giving him a look over. First thing I noticed is the quality of the figure. The quality of this figure is nowhere near the quality of the first Black Series. I will say that. I have him right here, matter of fact. He is dainty. Matter of fact, I'll say this. Hasbro, I don't know if they're skimping on Star Wars or what, because, you know, like I said, I just opened several G.I. Joes. The quality, the strength is there. The only flaw you typically have with the Joes is either tight joints or the drop hip, the swivel hip. You know, if you're not careful with that, you can bust a hip or a leg off. That's typically one of the, but the Marvel Legends, I've got several of those that are open, you know, and Hasbro does those. They do an amazing job on those. But the posability is still somewhat limited with these guys, and they just, I don't know, it feels real cheap. This almost feels like a Kenner figure, I'm not gonna lie. Like there's just parts of it that just has the Kenner feel, and maybe that's what they're going for with this over, you know, detail. I don't know. They look pretty good, but like I said, I'm not super impressed. He has a little hook on his belt to put the lightsaber on, but the hook, I don't know if it's a combination of the hook isn't quite as prominent as it should be, and the hole is really snug on the lightsaber. That's what she said. So it will go on there, but if a good gust of wind comes, it's falling off, so you'd spend more time picking up, putting back, picking up, putting up. So I was like, no, sir. So I put the lightsaber back in his hands, and I will say this is one of the few figures I've seen where you can get the two-handed pose. Like a lot of times they don't do it. And the hand has a notch good. Like I was wondering why he had like this gun type handhold. But I guess it's for that spot on the lightsaber, because, you know, Luke has that weird, you know, box. And him and Obi-Wan both, I never really understood. Like Vader, his is a sleek handle, a hilt that's, you know, you can grab with two hands and do some damage with. Never really understood the whole box there, so to speak, on the, it seemed like it was getting your way of gripping and kicking ass. But no, that's my perspective. I'm not a force wielder, unfortunately. I'm just a podcaster, so there it is. But yeah, Luke Skywalker, while it looks good, quality wise feels cheap. So I'm gonna give old Lukey boy here about a 3 out of 5 Hassels. So it's not quite a drizzling shit, but it's damn sure not an Excelsior winner. So with that being said, you use your own judgment. Depends on how big a Wars fan you are. I myself am a big Wars fan, but I won't be opening any more Black Series. Matter of fact, I had a box I was saving, and I was really debating, because I got Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett. I got Emperor Palpatine. I got Grand Moff Tarkin. I got Vader from Obi-Wan, and a couple of the Obi-Wans from the new series. And I was really debating just going on a tear and opening these bad boys. And now, no, they shall remain in box. Because all of them, even the Darth Maul I got with the robot legs, I have window packaging. So we're going to keep it that way. They're staying there. I will say, just looking visually at the Darth Maul without opening, there's a lot less detail in that figure than there is that first Phantom Menace Darth Maul. Very noticeable. Very noticeable. So Hasbro, get your shit together. Show Star Wars some love and give it the proper detail it deserves, because right now it's getting its ass handed to it by G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends. And even with your Marvel Legends, you've kind of scaled back. I mean, good God, you get maybe a set of hands now. I mean, you don't get shit. Same price as the other figures. So I don't know if you're redirecting funds for profits because of the fact that, and Luke just fell over just sitting here, so if that tells you anything. I don't know if you're redirecting the funds away from, you know, we can skimp here because we're giving it to you on the G.I. Joe. I'm not quite sure. Seems like a logical thing that Hasbro would do because let's face it, they're dicks at times. But, hey, you sponsor us on the show, we'll show you a little more love. So, with that being said, let's give our guy Big Rob of Big Rob's House of Entertainment and No Chinese Food a shout out. If you're following us on the YouTube channel here, go to his YouTube channel. He has a channel. He has a great show every week. And if you are watching us live on the Roku channel right now via Southern Joy Media and Spotlight Entertainment, he's going to be, stay tuned because he'll be at the end of my show because we go cut one straight into the other. Once you get through ahead of the table, it goes straight into Big Rob. So stay tuned for that. If you're a follower of the Nerdy Man Room show, thank you very much. Me and Monster love you guys. We are, you know, we can't, you know, thank you guys enough. We're getting very near our goal of 250 subscribers, which we're happy about. And when we hit that goal of 250 subscribers, we are giving away the Tom Morga autographed Michael Myers H4 mask. So, hey, we're giving away cool-ass swag just to listen to us. Hey, who else is doing that shit? Nobody. Nobody. So, we do. And I want to thank Whitley Alexander. Thank you, brother, for that gift of the H4 mask so that we can do things like this. It's viewer listeners like him, our sponsors on Kevin Clady and the Clady family, that, you know, it makes these type things possible. So us to give a little back on what little we have. So, thank you. So, with that being said, the Force is not with Hasbro.